We recently had a hackathon with the latest and greatest of vibe coding tools, and I thought it might be fun to gather a couple of us to reflect on how that went. And so, first of all, I wanted to invite Kate along to just set the stage and give us a walkthrough of what she'd built as part of our hackathon. So, why don't you take it away, Kate?
Yeah, sure. Hi guys. Let me share my screen and let me show you. Yeah, here we go. Okay. For the Vibe Coding Hackathon, I had an idea to build a web application called Where Should You Go Next? It's a travel mood quiz that helps people discover their ideal destination based on emotional and aesthetic choices. The user answers just five questions, each designed around visuals and feeling, like, for example, what's your preferred weather? What's your ideal activities, favorite colors, and based on their choices, the app reveals a destination that fits their vibe. Let me show you. Okay, let's choose something here, here, and here. And okay, it seems my perfect destination right now for the answers is Ecuador. And also, app shows you a fun fact about the country or the city you'd like to visit. But okay, it's not just about the dreaming. I wanted to make something practical as well. And that's why I added a feature called Calculate Your Budget. The user can enter trip duration and it calculates you how many money you should spend on accommodation, activities, food, and transport. Let's check it. Okay, here we go. We see it. And finally, to make it even more practical, you can enter your current city and the app will find you the nearest flight to your dream destination with prices and maybe some helpful tips. Let's check it. Okay, I'm located in Warsaw right now, so let's calculate and find the next flight. Okay, it maybe take some time. Okay, here we go. And we have next available date and ticket price range and also some useful tips. So yes, it's up. Let me stop sharing.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that. I would love to make it to the Galapagos at some point. Very impressive. So maybe you might talk a little bit about your experience in making this. Like, how long did it take? What kind of tool did you use to build it?
Okay, first of all, I wanted to tell that I really enjoyed it, building it. It was super fun. It took me around, hour or so, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And to be honest, the key was creating a correct full prompt. Once I settle on the idea, what I want to build and which tool I want to use, asked ChatGPT, to be honest, to create the correct prompt for the NI agent covering everything, every details, to be honest, from the tool ending with the color scheme I'd like to use. It was a huge prompt, to be honest, and then I pasted everything into Cursor, and from there we started working together.
Man, an hour, that's crazy. Hour, 15 minutes. That's nothing to create something so polished. And so were you surprised at like how quickly you were able to put something together? Do you think you'll end up using this type of tooling again?
Yeah, okay. Of course, I was incredibly surprised how smoothly it went. Of course, during the implementation, there were a few hiccups there and here. Sometimes I had to ask it to stop it. Okay, it's enough. Fix some errors, fix build, or tweak some logic. But overall, yeah, it was a smooth experience. And yeah, regarding the future, I think AI agents became an incredible assistant in our daily work. And, it can help you find the right approach, write you a test, or, uh, generate some base structure. And to be honest, in the few months since we've been introduced to the tools like Cursor, I cannot imagine my work life without them. So yeah, definitely.
That's great. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I don't know where I would be without Cursor, especially in a language I'm less familiar with. I can write JavaScript all day.
How we've lived before.
Cool. Well, thanks so much, Kate. I want to switch over to you now, Alex. I know you built something really cool as well. Maybe you want to give us a little walkthrough to start with?
Sure. Let me go and share my screen. All right. Um, yeah, so I built a web app called Color Clash. It's a fast-paced color matching game, and I'll walk through how it works here. So I get to the host screen, and I can enter a nickname and create a new game. And here in the game lobby, I can adjust the settings. I'll turn this down to 10 seconds and to 3 rounds. And I also get a share code so I can share with my friends. Up to like 2 to 10 players can join at a time. So I'll have player 2 join in here and have them ready up. And I will also ready up. And then I can go ahead and start the game. And then here, what I'm trying to do is basically match the target color to the color I have. And you can see the timer up top is counting down. So this is going really fast already. I missed that one. During each round, each player is seeing their own version of this screen. They all have the same target color, and they're trying to match that color there. And you'll see over on the left-hand side, I can kind of see who's getting strikes and who's getting ahead. And right here, I'm going to try to win this. I'm doing really bad at live color guessing. But then at the end, you get a summary of the kind of who won, who was eliminated, the rankings of the players, and then you can return home to play again, or return home or play again. So yeah, that's my little game there.
Nice. That's really cool, Alex. And I should point out as well, this is live on the web, color-clash.net, COLOR, US American spelling. Yeah, very cool. And as I understand it, this took a little longer than Kate's to create, right? Could you talk a little bit maybe about how long this took? And then also like what kind of tools you use maybe?
Yeah, sure. It took probably about 3 days, 3 evenings, after work. I think the first day it was kind of just coming up with a concept and similarly like coming up with a really robust prompt, using generally what you think, type out something, but putting it back into ChatGPT and then feeding it back into lovable.dev is where I started to get the initial framework. And after that, I feel like that got me pretty far. But the following days was like connecting to the database, kind of figuring out the edge cases and putting polish on those, testing with friends and being like, hey, I don't understand this. But yeah, it was mainly lovable.dev was the main tool. And then sometimes Figma to adjust like assets and make graphics and things for the application.
Nice, very good. And Alex, you're coming from like a bit of a different background, right? So Kate's background is in software engineering, your background is in design. So how do you see this kind of tooling fitting into your future workflow?
Yeah, it's a good question. I feel like this is great for like rapid prototyping. It gets me 80, 90% of the way there for a quick like idea or an interactive demo, or sometimes it's even like great to just like get your own creative ideas flowing. Instead of like taking days or weeks, it can be an hour before you get something up. I do think that there's still a lot of room for like crafts, that final 10, 20% of visual design or polish or edge cases. You still need that expertise to come in and try to figure out like how to troubleshoot things. But I do think it bridges that gap of like, hey, I can't code. And it makes it more accessible to people who want to try out an idea or just build something. So I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Absolutely. Very good. Yeah. I mean, Kate, Alex, look, thanks so much for chatting with us about what you've built. Really helpful. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to run another Vibe Coding Hackathon soon. It was a lot of fun, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.